It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast of America, and live from the WACA studios, this is Good Night. We're starting with some sports news tonight. After a long op-ed from Bleacher Report writer Scott Miller broke down the newest controversy in Major League Baseball. It's electronic umpiring. The debate has been on and off for years now, but with the minor leagues beginning to experiment, the conversation has never been fiercer. The technology uses lasers to determine an accurate strike zone based on the height of the batter and calls the pitch using an earpiece in the home plate umpire's ears. Many players are skeptical about the implementation of this tech, whether they're concerned about how it will favor pitchers, take away the skill of catching, or they're just mad about change. But others think it will elevate the game to a more consistent level. The Umpires Union has no comment, clearly not very happy with the discussion. But all of this links back to a study published by Boston University this year. The researchers tracked 4 million pitches. And to no one's surprise, umpires missed about 14 calls per game, adding up to over 30,000 missed calls in a season. We'll link the study below. It's a pretty staggering number, and nobody is trying to say it's an easy job, but some players, namely pitchers, are looking for more consistency, especially as the game starts to advance to the upper limits. Pitchers commonly undergo surgery and destroy their arms for the sport, so every missed strike affects them on a deeper level. This continues the discussions all over sports, or rather the human element in the face of new technology. FIFA came under scrutiny for its use of video-assisted referees, or VAR, and the NBA has increasingly become more of a foul-centric league, requiring many checks of the computer in a given game. So what do you think? Should we keep the human element around, despite the fact that it sometimes constitutes a lopsided game? Or should we let Skynet take over our sports? It's certainly a debate that won't stop anytime soon. But if we do end up getting robot umpires, it might give getting ejected a whole new meaning. In music news, Paul McCartney is on tour right now, and during his stop in Los Angeles, he brought out none other than Ringo Starr for an unexpected Beatles reunion. The two played Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band and Helter Skelter in an epic meeting of the last two living Beatles. Many fans dubbed it the greatest night of their lives, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which it certainly is. A reunion between two of the greatest musicians in the history is certainly newsworthy. But it also got us thinking about other dream reunions. For me, it's the outfield, which theoretically could still happen. And I'll be the first in line if it does, but unfortunately, for our producer Connor, his dream Oasis reunion is everything but possible. Paul and Ringo had their differences in their careers, but they never beat the hell out of each other on stage. After the success of this stunt, don't be surprised if McCartney and Ringo announce a joint tour sometime soon. Now in meme news, last week a Facebook event took the internet by storm. An event we'll be talking about more in our trending segment, but first, some content. A Facebook event calling for people to storm the infamous Area 51 sprang up, with the event's organizer saying he wants to, quote, see them aliens. He later clarified in a message directly to the U.S. government saying he does not intend to do this, and it was all a joke. Unfortunately, that was after 1 million people signed up for the event, and the event caught mainstream viral attention. The event is scheduled for September 20th, entitled Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. It spawned a whole week of alien-related memes on every social media platform, and the U.S. government apparently has taken notice. In a statement, a spokesman for the U.S. Air Force told the Washington Post that it's a training facility, a likely story, and that the Air Force always stands ready to protect Americans and its assets. I'm not going to say that this is a direct threat, but it's kind of a threat to a bunch of memers who joked about running with their arms behind their backs into a secure military base. This also comes after many U.S. senators were taught about recently declassified U.S. Navy videos containing UFOs. This is all leading me to say that 2019 is a pretty wild year so far. That's going to do it for news this week. Stay tuned for Lucy Burdge's This Week in Music History, in addition to some bits from our crew celebrating National Blueberry Muffin Day. And don't go anywhere, because when we have trending on Twitter to discuss, in addition to an important interview with Harvey Silverglate. Keep it locked here, right here on Good Night.
This is Lucy Burdge with Good Nights This Week in Music History. We begin in 1962 when the Beatles played their first ever gig, that was in Wales. Also in 1962, the Beach Boys signed to Capitol Records. In 1972, Elton John started a 5-week run at #1 on the US album chart with Honky Chateau. In 1975, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band played the opening night of their Born to Run tour at the Palace Theater in Providence, Rhode Island, right down the street. In 1995, Queen Latifah was the victim of a carjacking attempt in which her bodyguard was shot. In 2000, Matchbox 20 went to #1 on the US singles chart with Bent, great song, from their second album, Mad Season. In 2011, Bruce Springsteen made a surprise appearance at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and played a 45-minute set as a tribute to Clarence Clements, who had died the month before, to the day pretty much. And finally, in 2017, DMX was charged with tax fraud. This has been Lucy Burdge with Good Nights This Week in Music History. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Lucille Burdge for both.
Begin eating your muffins in 3, 2, 1.
Going down.
No, you're going down.
It's so hard to do.
Very hard. Like stick to the inside of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You should have had water ready to go.
I think so. I like milk.
Yeah. Or milk. What is this done? Ha! What the f? How
my god.
I guess we have our champion.
It's alright, you want a Lady and the Tramp? The rest of yours?
No, mine.
Alright,
That was a good game, sir.
good game.
Well played.
I need something to drink.
Yeah. I don't blame you. This was National Blueberry Muffin Week, and this is us celebrating it. And Todd can eat muffins better than I can. Stay tuned for more Good Night.